Hey, Blue Table fans, you're off. Hey, so guess what? I got sick of waiting around to figure out Dropzone Commander, so I went ahead and just flew in the owner of the company to personally show me how to play the game. This is Dave Lewis. So tell us briefly about your company and your adventure in your game.
Okay, well, we didn't launch that long ago. We only launched about 3 months ago.
Oh, would you excuse me for just a moment?
Sure.
I'm really sorry. But can you do it in a Brummy accent?
Oh, no, not again. I'm not doing that again.
Okay, go. No more interruptions.
Okay, yeah, so we launched not that long ago with a whole new range and a whole new game. Since then, it's been completely insane. We've just been working really hard to scale up and satisfy the demand for Dropzone, which has been brilliant. It's been great. It's been tiring, a big couple of months. You know, we're nearly there now, which is great. And here we've got some starter armies that Nick's painted, which is pretty cool.
Right, Nick from
Worthy Painting.
Worthy Painting,
Yeah.
and by the way, he's in the UK, and I do so highly recommend that you check him out. Nick has got his act together. It's pretty amazing. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, where shall I go? I mean, like the game or?
Well, actually, if you don't mind, here you go. Just hold it
Yeah,
for a second.
I'll film you.
Now, so Dave is very modest, but he is an all-American hero. An all-British hero. He busted it out by his bootstraps with his wits and his muscle. With brawn and might, he built this mighty bridge. And the saga of Dropzone Commander is really amazing. I mean, this is, you just don't see this type of thing in the industry. I've never seen it before. Someone be so prolific and put so much creative energy into his venture. It just floors me. And to me, it just blows my mind that I'm about to get taught to play this game by not only the owner of the inventor of the game, but also an absolutely brilliant human being. A credit to humanity, sir. And I don't say that lightly. I say it heavily. Okay, go. So show me how to play your game. I'm ready.
Okay. So I'm playing you then.
Yes, apparently so. Unless we're doing it the other way.
We'll do 2 plays. Do you want to play? You can play. Yeah. You're cool. Scarecrow can play.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. Scarecrow.
He's
I'm
Scarecrow.
sorry.
Yeah,
It was really not in my power to have stopped that.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay,
It's
fantastic.
done. It's done.
Okay, so you get on the end.
It's done now.
So, and these are like Reese's cups or peanut butter cups, I guess.
Yeah,
So those are objectives?
These are objectives, yeah.
Okay, so what's the name of the scenario that we're playing?
This is Targets of Opportunity, which is the first scenario in the book.
Okay.
A good scenario for showing off most of the mechanics and.
Okay, and this is the edge of the board, so it's played on a 4-foot by 4-foot board, right?
It can be bigger, but for this kind of size game, 4x4 is good.
Okay, great. And what's the scale of the miniatures?
It's 10mm scale.
Okay, and that's very small.
Yeah,
that
pretty
means
small.
a guy is about 1/4 of an inch tall.
The infantry are tiny, but a tank is about the same size as a
Right,
Space Marine.
as a
so
regular thing. Yes, so
Yeah.
this is the standard playing piece
Yes,
for this
yeah.
for this game. Okay, got
And
it.
there's obviously a lot.
Oh, and by the way, these are resin buildings that you made, which are incredibly detailed. And on your website, you have PDFs. So
Yeah.
people can print out PDFs, make these wonderful buildings, which apparently were built in the middle of this giant field in our imaginary world. This is the planet of the architects that aren't very good. Okay.
We've also got roads to download as well.
Can that be an actual planet in your game world? The planet of the architects that aren't very
Sounds a bit
good?
sci-fi, but I'll squeeze it in somewhere.
That's great. That's great. A little Red Dwarf style.
Yeah, there
there.
are roads as well on to download as well.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Cool. And US
Okay,
exercises as
so,
last week, so that's cool.
So there's 4 factions. This is the Scourge.
Scourge, yeah. They're the bad guys.
Scourge.
Scourge.
Okay, got
What
it.
was that?
So this is the Scourge. And yeah, leave it to me to make fun of how someone's saying something. Okay, and how many points is this army?
This is about 1,000 points.
1,000, and that is a typical game would be more like 2,000 points.
2,000, 1,500 is about the sweet spot. I'd
Okay,
say.
great.
This is the starter set
Right.
plus a squadron of fighters.
Okay.
Because fighters are cool,
Fantastic.
and why not add some fighters?
Okay. And by the way, I'm gonna be doing some. Hold on. There we go. I'm gonna be doing some HD on these absolutely fantastic models and scenery. So there's that. Okay, and then over here we have the United Colonies of Mankind. So these are in the game world. This is kind of the humans.
Yeah.
And they are out reconquering their lost territories.
Yeah.
The Scourge are are really the antagonists of the story to a great extent, and they're kind of like these body controlling brain leech type of guys.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. So if we just go through the rules, basic to start with.
I'd rather just dive in.
Okay.
So
fine.
we're playing a game. So
All right.
Matthew, if you would.
Okay, so I'll take you through the battle groups first. Dropzone
great.
is alternate activation, meaning that you activate a chunk of your army, and then he activates a chunk of his army, then you activate a chunk of yours, and so on. I've set them
Do
out
we
here.
deploy? Is there deployment?
Nope. The battlefield will start empty for this scenario. You'll be flying all your units on.
So that's the drop zone and drop zone commander.
Yeah, you can.
You deploy by actually
Yeah.
playing the game.
You can roll on, but generally your units are pretty slow on the ground, and they're not going to have much of an effect if you roll on. Usually you want dropships, plus they come in late game as well to get objectives off the table and things like that. So they're still very.
And you
important.
move the objectives.
Yes, you move
That's
the
the other
objectives,
thing
yeah.
with this game.
Yeah,
Your
you don't
guys actually
always-
have to get into this building,
Yeah.
disconnect the generator, load it up onto the ship, and
Yeah.
get off the table, and it ain't easy.
Yeah, exactly. So in this scenario, you've got 3 objectives because it's a small game. The scenarios scale, so you get more objectives as you have more points. Normally 5 is good for this game, but for a small
Okay.
one like this, we'll just have 3.
It's only 3. So in my mind, inside these buildings are pallets of peanut butter cups.
Yep, that'll do.
And you've got to get the peanut butter cups to get the morale of your troops back up.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Okay, and at the end of the game, only infantry can get those objectives. You have to get infantry into those buildings, capture the objectives, and get them off. You have to find
Only
the
infantry
objectives.
can do
Only
them.
infantry can get in. There are different sorts.
And there's triple
Yeah.
like embarkation, meaning infantry can be in something, and then that thing can
Yeah.
be on something else.
Yeah, yeah. So here you've got your
Okay,
men
go ahead.
inside an APC, inside a dropship, which is normally the way you deploy infantry.
So
You do
is,
have
is
like,
that how many guys are in this
yeah,
APC?
15 guys inside an APC.
So this APC, by the way, folks, is Armored Personnel Carrier. Okay, great. So go ahead. What
Yep.
else?
Okay, so you get 2 victory points for every one of those objectives you get off the table. That's off your table edge by the end of the game.
Okay,
You
so
get one, you
so
don't
this
get-
is my table edge over
Oh,
here.
yeah, you do. You get one victory point for every one you hold at the end of the game that's still on the board.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they're worth more if I can actually somehow pick
If
them
you
up
actually
and
pick
get
it
them
up,
off
get
of
it
the
off your
board.
board. So you want to try and keep especially your APC dropship and your APCs alive.
Okay.
You can't mix and match. You can't use this dropship to carry stuff in this battle group because they're attached. So
Okay.
You want to look after that dropship because it's important. You know, you need to. I
Okay,
mean,
got it.
you can have a lot
So
of.
I want to blow that up.
Yeah. You have a lot
So
of.
that's like the moment in the battle where it's like, oh, all hope is lost because
Although there are
they
things
blew up
that-
the
there
thing.
are things that
Oh,
rescue
no help
though.
is coming now.
There are
What?
cards like there's the call for extraction card that can replace a dropship if it's lost. So there are
Okay,
things.
and
there's
so
always
he,
hope,
and that's
you know,
these things, right?
Yeah, that's the command cards.
Awesome.
Yeah, you'll see how they work in a bit. They're not going to be because you've never played before. You know, you're going to be like "What?"
Surprised.
when you first
Yeah, I
see
won't
them.
know
You're
what
going to
it
be like,
is.
"What the hell does this do?" But you'll
Right.
pick it up as you go along. So yeah, so you've got the battle groups. I'll take you through those first. It's probably easiest because then you know what does what. You've got 4 battle groups each. You've actually got these are very equivalent. These 2 armies, they're really similar. You put the camera on them.
Oh yes, by all
yeah.
means. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I'm like,
No, that's okay.
like wow, I'm so fascinated by your face.
Okay, so your army, you've got I'll just put these around there.
So 3 tanks in each thing.
Yep,
Is that right?
yep.
Okay,
So
and
you've
what
got-
are these drop ships called?
These are Condor medium
Condors,
dropships. They're
okay.
your kind of bread and butter
three
really for the
Condors.
UCM. You have a lot of those.
And by the
Yeah.
way, these ships are actually designed so they will actually fit on here.
Yeah.
You can magnetize them on.
Yeah, yeah. UCM.
Click 'em right on.
It's partly a hobby thing. Like the UCM turrets fold flat so they can fit, but in game terms, you probably wouldn't do that. You know, some guys are doing all sorts of mad stuff like hinging them and Well, magnetising with the PHR is especially easy, but with the UCM it's a bit tricky sometimes. But
Okay, by the way, UCM is United Colonies of Mankind. Another one of the factions is Post-Human Republic.
PHR.
It's PHR. Right.
And you've got the Sheltari as well, which are
Sheltari are awesome. That's,
So
that's my army.
You've got your anti-air here.
Okay.
Anti-air are crucial. Your
Right.
drop zone's all about combined arms. You need a bit of everything to win.
Right.
A balanced army is the way forward generally. So you've got
Okay.
anti-air. In a game this small, where you place those anti-air is really, really crucial
Okay.
for obvious reasons.
Okay.
You've got your ordinary tanks, they're anti-tank. And then you've got your infantry. These are your standard infantry. They're multi-purpose. They've got rockets and machine guns. You can garrison buildings and shoot from buildings.
Yeah,
they're very
which
bad
is
in the
really
open.
neat.
In
Yeah.
the open, they're fodder. They get killed really fast. So,
Okay.
like in the real world, you know, you send a squad down an open street and see how long they last.
So is this, just by the way, because at some point in this game I want to go, whoosh. Can you do that? Can this be like right here?
Not on that roof because it's over 6 inches tall.
Okay, but it could
the
be on
lower
top of
ones,
this
yeah,
one?
You can. I mean, this. To
Okay.
be fair, this scenery.
And then can I drop my guys and them actually be
You
in
can.
the building?
You can if there's enough room on the roof to land. This isn't really gaming scenery because there's too many air conditioning units and they look
Oh,
good
okay.
in the raw
Well, can we
look.
just pretend they're not there then?
We could do, yeah.
Okay, that's what I want.
So you can land on
Because
the
I
large
want to
ones,
land on the roof and have my guys rappel down
yeah.
onto the roof.
Oh, you can only do that if there's an entrance on the roof.
Okay.
Except
Can
for
we
the
pretend
UCMs.
there's an entrance on
the
every
UCM
roof?
Special Forces have a special rule where they can fast rope in, but the
Oh, they do. They actually do that.
Yeah, they actually have a special
Okay,
rule.
I'm
but
ready.
Those aren't special forces though; they're just
Duh.
they're ordinary dudes.
All right.
So you can't. It would be a bad idea because then your APC is stuck on the roof, and even if your dropship's dead, you can't drive.
Okay,
away.
so what I
You know,
really
it's a bad
need to
idea.
do is go like this, and then drop my
Yeah.
guys out and
you
have
can
them,
land with dropships,
and
you
they
can
will
hide
they
behind
will
buildings and stuff.
SWAT team style, you know,
Yeah,
shove
that's the
file
one.
into the building.
Because you've got special
Okay,
forces
great.
as well.
That's
for
important to
larger
me. I
games.
want to do that.
And you've got obviously your fighters as well, which are
That's
pure
great.
interceptors. They can just about have a shout at destroying Scourge tanks because they've got quite low armour. But the UCM have two fast movers types, whereas the other races only have one at the moment.
What are these called?
They're Archangels.
Awesome.
They're interceptors. They're quite cheap, points cost wise. They're not. They're useful to have. And most every UCM army should have some really, because fighters give you tons of tactical options. You'll see where we go anyway.
Okay, I'm ready.
And
Can
then
we
your
get going?
Scourge, your Scourge, you've got the ordinary tanks here, that's your anti-tank. These are your anti-air there. Obviously you've got your infantry and your fighters. Scourge fighters, the Corsairs, are much better at ground attack than his ones are, but yours aren't really as good as at intercepting because they've only got one shot apiece.
So it's mostly like the anti-air tanks would be against his interceptors.
Yeah, perhaps, depending on where he chooses to fly.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
I'm ready.
So
Show us step by
one
what do we do
One
first?
thing that's important is commanders and command cards, because this is a
Right.
really small game. We haven't got any dedicated command units here, but you can choose. You just pay points for commanders.
Right.
And in this
So
case-
having a commander is an upgrade
Yeah.
for an existing unit. It's like
Yeah.
there's a guy on board this, for example,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
might be a commander.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
got
in
it.
this case, we'll put one commander inside. These turrets glued on. The one with the slightly skewy
Okay,
turret.
that sounds
That
good.
one's got a commander in.
So he's a commander.
And over here, your tank with the turret pointing backwards. That's UCM one's got
Okay,
a commander
great.
in. It's. I mean, we could use a sticker or something. Then
No, that's
these
fine.
armies are painted for bigger games, so you might use squad markings and things like that.
Sure.
But for here, it's
Okay.
just it'll work for
So
proxy.
was that step one, deciding where the commander was?
Yeah,
or would
yeah,
you do
so
that when you made your
You do it
army
when you
list?
build lists.
Okay, great.
Yeah. But your commander has a command value, and that tells you how many cards
Okay.
you can draw and affects initiative. You'll both
Okay,
have a
great.
command value of 3. So we'll start off by rolling for initiative anyway. Which is
Okay,
D6.
great. Let's roll for initiative.
You've got the same.
D6. I rolled a 5. Is that good?
Yeah, that'll do.
And a 4.
Yeah, you win initiative. You both got 3, so it's just a D6, which is easy. Obviously, you kill commanders, and then
It's
you
D6 plus that 3.
D6 plus command value.
Okay.
So-
And a high command value would be like 6.
6 is as high as it gets. Yeah, that's
Right.
for really expensive
Yeah.
though. That'd be like 250 points for.
By the way, I read this rule book like over and over again. Yeah.
So yeah, so you do, yeah.
I haven't read it at all.
Scarecrow hasn't at all.
So,
Scarecrow watched
I'm
like 10
completely
minutes of the last game, so
Yeah.
So we'll see where this goes anyway.
Okay. I'm
Okay,
ready.
So you want initiative, so you choose a battle group to activate.
Oh, okay. And a battle group would be.
Is,
Oh, I
yeah, it's
moved
like
this
1,
on.
2,
3,
4.
4. So is
Every
this
battle
like a
group-
squadron?
This is really
Okay,
simple.
so
because everyone's
if I
got
want
POs.
to, if I want to get to an objective first,
Yeah.
I might want to activate this battle group.
Yeah.
Is that a good move?
Yeah, that's not a bad
Okay,
move.
so what do I do that? So all
Okay,
this stuff
so-
is embarked on here.
So your
I'm
dropship
moving this one
comes in on your
condor.
friendly table edge.
Okay,
You can move up to 18 inches with a UCM.
18 inches,
If you're deploying, you have to move half move, so 9.
9 inches.
To be honest, if you're going to use infantry, you're going to want to move the full whack on
Right,
turn 1
and
to
get
get
'em.
close. And then
Right,
you'll
because
get
it
in on
doesn't do
turn
me any
2.
good to be here.
When you could be here.
But I could technically go here and then next turn move 9 and
Go
disembark.
another 9, but you're not hiding behind there unless you land anyway, because that's quite a low building. Aircraft are 6 inches above the ground all the time.
Okay, so this is actually how high my guy is, right?
Yeah,
That's how we
so
imagine
you're not,
that.
There's only 2 buildings here that are going to block aircraft movement.
Okay, so I'm going to I'm going to just zip my guy right in like
Yeah.
this. That's what I'm going to
You're
do.
best off doing that. to be
Okay,
honest.
great. Hold on,
So
let's
that's-
grab a tape measure. I think I just went too.
Scourge dropships can go 24 inches or half move if they're deploying. So
Awesome.
is that your infantry one as well?
Yeah, so this is the one from
Yeah.
this squad here, squadron. So it's 24 from the table edge.
Yeah, from the table edge. You will measure all distances middle to middle for everything.
Okay.
And obviously middle is just the edge of the table edge in this case.
All right.
Sure.
So technically, go ahead and do your move. Tape
Oh, I was
measure.
gonna, yeah.
So technically, Dave, since it's middle to middle, I would put the peg right on the edge of the board.
Yeah.
And that is the 18 inches that I would move in here.
Yeah.
But technically, this guy's still flying, so he's considered to be like
Yeah,
this for
he's
line
up
of
there,
sight.
Yeah.
He would be 6 inches off the.
Yeah. You can choose to go to the deck and fly low, or you can land. Going to the deck is risky because you might crash.
Okay.
Every time you do it or move on the deck, you have to roll 2 dice. If you roll a double 1, you crash and burn.
Okay, well,
So,
that's not
but
too
you
risky.
fly 2 inches above the ground there, so that's handy.
Okay, great. Can I
Or
do
you
that
can
now?
land. Yeah,
Could
if
I
you want
have
to,
had
yeah,
that
you
be
can
my
transition to the
Then
deck.
I want that.
Yeah,
So you're
okay.
gonna hover.
Yeah, you're
4,
fine.
3, and a 1.
Yeah,
So it's a double one. You crash.
double 1 and you crash. Yeah. It's a bit risky, but
By the
you
way,
know,
how many d6 do you need to have on hand to play this?
not a huge number, maybe 15 or 20 max. But
Okay, great.
You only
And
really
the bigger
do.
numbers are for the infantry. and the
Yeah,
infantry
It's
are fighting.
the only time you really get a bucket of dice is CQB, which is close quarter battle, fights inside
Yeah,
buildings.
and that seemed like a big
Yes.
discrepancy to me. Or
Yeah,
like,
it's
it's a
the
jump.
mechanics,
when you're
yeah.
doing the ships, you're only rolling like a
There's
few
like
dice.
one or
But
two,
when
yeah.
you're rolling the infantry, you could be rolling 40 dice.
But it does give you a
Did I
sense
read
of
that
there's
right?
a lot of death going on there.
Okay, I'm ready.
There's a lot of
I'm ready
killing
for
in
buckets.
CQB.
All right.
Plus,
So I
that
moved
is, the
there.
example in the rulebook is quite a complicated example with like a lot of squads. There's a lot of stuff going on
Okay.
in that CQB. This is going to be a lot. You
Okay.
won't be rolling more than 15 dice in a go here.
Fantastic. All right, what's next? Is it my turn now?
yeah, I just
you'll
moved
go
here.
now. So you sneaky hiding.
And I'm not
somewhere.
gonna hover.
You're
Let's
not gonna hover,
say.
you don't need to behind there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we won't be going to the deck. Now, what if I want to have now my interceptors come
Oh
on?
yes, sorry.
What are these called?
I actually, this is my bad. I forgot that
Okay,
we
go
needed to
ahead.
roll for reserves at the start.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what do
so
I do? then?
roll on turn 1, it's a 6+. Everything is in readiness, which means it's ready to just roll on.
Okay.
Except for the interceptors, which always start in reserve. It's 6+
Reserve.
on turn 1, 4+ on turn 2, and 2+.
So to have
on
these
turn
come in, I need to roll
Yeah.
a 6.
Yeah.
So they're fueling up. They're just now
we should
getting
have,
orders
to be honest,
come
we
in.
should have done this before.
A 3.
Yeah, so yours aren't available this turn. Roll for yours
Okay,
as well.
so I'll roll for
we
mine.
should have done this earlier. That's my fault.
Like before the
Yeah.
game?
Nope.
Okay, you got
Yeah,
a
or
1.
before you start moving stuff around. So they're not here anyway, so it doesn't make any difference for now.
Okay?
Okay.
So now
It's
it's
your
my
turn.
turn. So here's my question. How can I shoot at his guy this turn? Is there
You
a way
can't.
to do that with what I have?
No, not on turn.
Because
yeah.
we're unfolding the deployment right now.
Yeah.
We're kind of like
You
setting
you can't get out of a dropship and shoot in the same turn.
Okay,
ever.
got it. So this is my anti-air. So here's what I want to do. So I could move half move,
Yeah,
9
you move
inches,
9 inches,
and deploy these
3
and
inches.
drop
You
these
could
guys.
move 9 inches in, 3 inches away from the dropship,
Okay.
and then you can move half move with the tanks.
Now I see how evil this is because you can't just get on and just drop your things. You actually have to have a turn positioning.
Yeah,
So positioning is everything.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go
So
to
that's,
the
you're
deck.
taking you're going out on a limb, going on one side of the battlefield here,
What do you
especially back there, because we've only got one anti-air unit here, because it's a very small game.
mean? Yeah, well,
You're
I want
not
to get my
owning much of the
anti-air
battlefield,
unit
but-
right here so it can shoot like that.
Yeah,
direction.
you've got an 18-inch range. You've got a longer range than his ones have.
Oh,
so-
okay, 18 inches, then I
Yeah.
probably want to be like right here.
Yeah, that's a better place, I'd
Okay,
say.
great.
But
So
this is my infantry.
I
guy,
could.
So isn't that one
Yeah, but
important?
you
If
can
I wanted
reaction
to.
fire and things.
All right, so
you'll
I
see.
move my
Okay.
condor on 9 inches. Thank you very much. And then now, can I
You
drop
can be
these guys?
3 inches away from the centre of the dropship. You can deploy, and then you can move what's deployed half
Now,
move
do I
as
have
well.
to have the hole completely within 3 inches, or can I
No,
go
it's
like
middle
that?
to middle. Middle to middle again.
Okay.
And then you
So
can
I can
also
go like
move an
that?
additional half move with the ground stuff as well. So you can go another 2 inches on top of that.
Okay, so these guys normally move 4.
4, yeah.
Okay,
So you can
now
be 5
do these
inches
guys
away.
need to be in coherency or something?
They do. Anti-air is wide coherency, which is 6 inches. So you
Oh,
can
so
spread,
that's like
you can
I could-
spread. You could
I could
spread
be
those.
like
You can
this.
spread those out quite a bit.
That. Okay, got it. But I don't want to do that. I want to get these guys like
In my
really,
grill.
yeah, in your grill, and then I want to move them. Okay, great. So take that. Watch out. I got my anti. Okay, now it's his turn now, because I activated a battle group.
Yeah.
This is a battle group.
Yeah. So
Now,
that's
can
you
this
done.
just fly off now? if
It
wants?
can, yeah. The dropship doesn't have to stay in coherency
Does,
with its
do
own
these guys
squad.
have weapons on them?
They do. The UCM ones for this game, they'll be upgraded with missile pods. Because
Okay.
the UCM have very cheap dropships if you don't choose the upgrades, but to point balance here,
Okay.
the UCM are all upgraded. You can't shoot air targets. It's pretty
Oh,
good
you
against
can't?
buildings. Yeah, it's pretty good against buildings
Oh,
actually.
you can shoot
and,
at the buildings.
and you
Okay.
can have a go at tanks. It's not particularly effective, but it does give your dropships weapons, so they're not just battle taxis, which is useful.
Okay, got it. Okay, go ahead. Your turn.
Okay, so can I spend my?
Oh, no, you've
So
done that
you
one
have
this
to.
turn.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I
yeah.
have to
Each one
activate
has
a
to
new
have
one.
a shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
great.
So
That's your anti-air.
I'm gonna answer his anti-air then. Come on.
Your anti-air, by the way, you've only got a 9-inch range, but you can move 9 inches and still shoot because the Scourge are fast, so you can hunt people down. Your
Okay.
everything Scourge is very, very scary up close, but
Awesome.
they're not very good at range. You have to
Sure.
get stuck in with the Scourge.
So I gotta just run at him.
Yeah,
Okay. So I can move
12 and deploy because you're a little faster.
12 and deploy half to half. And deploy my guys
Yes.
within.
Yeah, 3 inches, and then you've got half move rounding down, so you've got another 4 inches on top of that, so you've got 7 inches you can be away.
Okay. So 3. We'll do this right.
Yeah, you can be up to 7 inches away. I'll just drop it. Model.
Oops.
Sorry.
So these guys have, if they're just moving without shooting, they have an 8-inch move.
9-inch movement.
9-inch. Okay.
So that's his
Half move.
anti-air.
It's half move
right?
rounding down, yeah.
Okay. So middle.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. So his guys are moving half-inch or a half
Half
move.
move, yeah, obviously
which
they're
is
faster.
they're
so it's 4
6.
inches. Yeah, they've got a 9-inch move, but their half
Are you
move
kidding
is
me?
4.
My guys are really slow then. They only move
Yeah,
4
yeah.
inches.
Well, the PHR are even slower. The PHR only do 3 inches on the ground.
Oh,
generally.
wow. Okay.
They're pretty plodding.
So my turn. I love
So
this
here we
thing
go.
goes back and forth. Whoa.
Whoa.
Someone's messing with the lights.
There it is.
All right. Thank you very much.
It's just haunted.
Okay.
Don't mind that.
So now I'm gonna. So I can't activate that guy again.
Yeah.
I gotta do this thing. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fly on the deck. Can you check those and see if there's any dice in there? Because these dice are really dark. It's hard to see them. So double ones is a crash. Nothing. 4 and a 3. Looking good.
No tokens in here.
9. Move.
Oh,
I'm
those are
gonna
the same
deploy
dice.
these guys. They can go a net of 5 inches. One of these is my commander.
I can't find any.
Oh, here's a
Oh, here you go. There's a bunch of dice. White ones, do you?
Yeah, that'll be fine. Whatever is most seeable. Okay, so I've got a backwards turret here for some
He's
reason.
your commander. That's why it's backwards.
Right. So I'm gonna make him just a little farther away. I don't know if that helps. Okay, I'm done. Go.
Yeah, well, a few dice
Okay.
there. That's probably going to be enough for us most of the time.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Having
move this
fun.
guy 12 inches then
Go
to.
start and stop about every 5 minutes. Creatures that take over your body. I want them to be young.
I'm gonna do this. So there.
All right. Am I going to be able to shoot him next turn with my tanks?
Yep.
Okay,
One
great.
thing to bear in mind with Scourge, which is just something you might want to think about, is when you move, Scourge get accuracy bonuses if they get shot at because they're skimmers if you move over 6 inches. But on the turn you deploy, you're only moving 4 inches max. So you're quite vulnerable the first time you come out of the dropship.
First volley is going to be
quite scary. And here,
Okay.
given that's playing right into the UCM's hands there, so you might want to just be behind this building.
Okay.
Because you can deploy around there because you've got up to 7 inches away from the dropship, so you
Right.
can just be behind the building.
This is
Gonna be
really,
here.
really complex.
And so I'm just going to come out like this. And maybe I don't want to do my move then. So I think I'm just going to chill here then.
Yeah.
Ooh, or chill this way. Yeah, I'm going to go this way.
Chill that way.
Yep.
You haven't got much range on the Scourge. They've only got a 12-inch range when they shoot. But you can move 9.
Okay. Yeah, I want to be able to
20
move my
yeah.
full 6.
So you've got 20. Yeah, you can move full 9 once next turn because you're out on
Okay,
the ground.
so
now.
is it a new turn now that we've activated everything?
Yeah, everything's gone
Cool.
now.
So we only have
So that's
3
it.
things to activate.
Right, now
Okay,
turn
so
2.
now what happens?
Strictly
us
speaking,
through
we
it.
should have had 1 command card last turn, but
Okay, so now,
now
it's,
your
it's
commanders
turn
are on
2.
the board.
We're on the board.
First off is roll for initiative.
Okay, so we roll again this turn.
Yeah, you roll your initiative every turn.
4, 3. That's your
Okay. Now your commanders are both on the board. Command
Okay.
value 3, so you get to hold 3
3
command
cards.
cards.
3.
So you do the same.
Okay, I'll take that. Mine says Intel report. During any during any friendly activation, one opponent force this opponent to reveal their hand of command cards to you once. Now, is there a limit to the number you can play?
Yeah, you can play as many as you like, but you can't target one squad more than once per
Once a
turn.
thing,
So you
okay.
can't like stack cards on one squad. There's certain play conditions and things if you've never played before.
So do I get 3 new ones at the beginning of every
Yeah,
turn?
you can. Yeah, if you play them all, then you can draw another 3. Also, if you don't
So
like
you
cards,
want to play them all.
Yeah, you want to cycle through them if you can. But next turn as well, if there are any cards you don't like, you can just discard them and you can
these
draw
are
up
the-
to 3 again next time.
Okay, I'm going to have you show me your hand. Oh no, it's during any friendly
Yeah.
activation.
So
Okay,
that
so
will
that's
be
mine.
in a minute.
So I'm
that'll
up.
come up. Yeah.
Is this how the cards come, by the way? Are they laminated
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this?
they come like that. Yeah.
That's really neat.
Yeah, you get a pack in every starter set.
This is really brilliant. Okay, sounds good. So it's my turn. I can activate a unit. So I'm thinking I want to activate this guy and get my guys into
Yep.
this building.
There is an advantage to be the first men inside a building because it will be you searching for the objective, and you're the occupier of the building.
Okay, so show me how I do this.
Okay, so you're going to want to move 9. You want to get your men in both these buildings, really.
Okay,
this
so
turn.
maybe
or
I want them over
both
here.
of those
Because
buildings.
this is like a pretty hot zone over
But
here.
here, that's where his infantry are. So you go in this one, and this one's pretty much yours because his infantry are a mile away from it right now.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I'll just
so
grab the
these
2
two-
easy ones.
yeah.
So,
In this
So do I wanna
scenario with a
move like
small
this,
game,
then?
you nearly always end up fighting over the one in the middle. That's just how it usually goes.
okay, sounds good. So now what do I
Okay.
do? I move
So
9,
you can
which
be
is half.
3 inches out.
Okay, so
This
I
is
deploy
actually 2
my
separate
APCs.
squads, so these don't have
Okay.
to be in coherency, they can go off their own.
Okay, they're
so
2
you're
separate
3 inches
things.
out, and then they can move another 3 inches. You probably should put that there. Oh, that's
Okay.
fine. So you're going to really want your APCs somewhere out of the way.
Okay,
for preference.
got it. So
you
what I
can be
do
out-
is like, hold on, I want to make sound effects. He's backing up. Check it out. Awesome. Now what?
So now you put your men on the roof, which is what I usually do.
Okay,
'cause
that
you're in
means
the building.
they're in the building.
Yeah. At the
My
moment,
guys
they're
have
in the
stormed
lobby.
the building.
They're in the lobby right
in the
now.
lobby.
They can't do anything. They're just in the building.
Okay, so stage 1 is they get in the building at all. So my guys,
Would it
And
be possible, like, in
2 by 2, stay
different
frosty.
games to have guys, posted up with, anti-aircraft missiles on the
Well,
roof?
standard infantry have. Sorry, I keep
Oh,
looking at
I'm going to use
Um,
this and see your hand.
Standard infantry
Intel.
have the small arms roll, so
Should I
they
do
can
this
have a pot
instead?
aircraft near their own
Yeah, I
building.
don't know. What does it
Once
say?
they're on the roll,
Espionage. When an
control
enemy
balls.
plays a command card, one enemy command card,
they
you
do have
negate the
anti-air
effect.
ability.
Okay,
So is that how that works?
there we go. Yeah,
Yeah.
he just used a card to make my intel no good.
Oh right, so yeah, you just cancel each
Played
other.
SP.
out, basically.
What's next?
I just better
Okay,
watch out for
I'm
this
done,
trap
I
there.
guess.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Matthew.
Okay, so I'm gonna follow suit then. So you you moved and then deployed and then put guys in?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You can go in this building now because he's not on the walls yet. He's just in the lobby.
yeah, so I want to.
Ooh, does that mean we're gonna fight?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
because
Yeah,
I wanted to come around and kind of do the same, but
Yeah.
Could
the
he
side.
dump all 6 of his guys?
He
in
could,
there?
yeah, he could. If he's got several options. He can try and wipe you out in there. Complete. Obviously, if he outnumbers you 2-1, you know,
Yeah.
that one he's leaving alone. You need to fly the objective off the board. So really, the only way of dealing with that would be to capture that, take it with those men into the other building, capture that, and get them both off in one dropship, which is
Wow.
high risk.
That's huge.
It's a very high risk strategy, that. Or he could split his forces, hope to win this combat, and have that one pretty much secured.
Right.
You know,
Which is what looks like you're doing on the other side.
yeah, yeah.
Go ahead and stop.
So you've got several options here where you.
All right, so
It wouldn't be bad.
I think we're going to call that a day, maybe check in a few times
Yeah.
as we go along, and hopefully later on this weekend I play another game and really know what I'm doing.